Good morning. It's morning where I am anyway. It's currently almost 6:45 on Monday morning, and welcome to another vlog. I am VA Winter. I am an indie author, professional beta reader, sensitivity reader, and I focus mostly on speculative fiction, though I do other genres as well. You can find more information about any of those things down below. I've got one short story out at the moment, A Touch of Glamour, which you can also find linked down below. So I've just finished draft 2 of my debut novel, which you can find more information about in the vlog that I just published, which I will leave linked whichever side it is, and down below as well. And today I am starting another project. So this is kind of going to run alongside Firewitch and that series. So I am doing a Sherlock Holmes retelling. I'm taking the time when my book is not here, it is with the editor. So I'm taking this time to start working on this. I'm going to publish it as a serial. Because they're short stories, I think it would be really hard to make a novel. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the short stories and I'm going to make 13 episodes for next year. I'm attempting to rewrite them so that they're kind of all interconnected. It's a little bit complicated and I'm spending a lot of time staring at my Google Doc, not quite knowing what I'm doing. I've attempted to follow a kind of chronological order because the Sherlock Holmes stories are all published out of order. Arthur Conan Doyle, who wrote the original stories, just literally, I think, he just kind of wrote them, I think, as they came to him, and they're not in any sort of chronological order from a publication point of view. So there are lots of theories online trying to put them in a chronological order. So I've just picked one because I've come to the conclusion there isn't a real chronological order because he just kind of made it up as he went along, and I'm just following that or trying to. So my story will follow chronological order and it will have a beginning and it will have an end, but it's just got lots of little episodes, and then I'm making kind of like a season with episodes in it. It's interesting. I've never done anything like this before, so it's fun and interesting. So I've done that. I've reread all the stories and I'm now trying to do the outline. I'm doing this as part of, or for, just because I wanted to take part in the Rough Draft Challenge, which is kind of a replacement for NaNoWriMo, because I did intend to do NaNoWriMo this year, and then NaNoWriMo imploded. So we're not doing that. I'm doing the Rough Draft Challenge, which is associated with Heart Breathings, Sarah Cannon. I will leave more information linked below about it. I've set a goal of 25,000 words for the month. I counted from the 1st of November the notes that I was making in regards to the rereads, just basically pulling out the main plot points and writing them down of the stories. And I'm counting words that I'm putting into my outline, because my outline is kind of like me telling myself the story. It's a long outline, and this will be published on Substack starting in January. I will leave my Substack link below. I haven't set it up yet properly to have like a subsection for this story. I'll leave that all linked below. And I need to go and get ready for work now because it's nearly 7:50. It is Thursday morning, so me and vlogging again, but it's 6 a.m. I am about to start working on the outline for my Sherlock Holmes retelling. I'm currently on episode 3, so there's going to be 13 episodes, so it's kind of like one every 4 weeks. Each episode is going to have 4 chapters in it. It is complicated and I keep having to stop. I've got a brainstorming document as well as my outline document. So normally with my novels I would do like a short outline and then a scene outline and then a long outline. I've basically skipped the first 2 steps, and I didn't intend to, but when I started doing it, it just sort of happened that I started doing the long outline, and I think that's because I've kind of got the basic structure already there because it's a retelling. I've already got that basic structure there from the originals. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying working on something different other than Firewitch and that world for a while. I have found a way to connect them though. I have found a way to connect the world of Firewitch with this world, which I always love doing, like dropping little like an Easter egg of this is actually how they're connected and this is how they're set in the same world, even though it's completely different characters and a completely different story. I haven't worked out the details yet, but it's still going to have a bit of like a paranormal, magic-y edge, but it's not as obviously witches and stuff like that as Firewitch. So I'm going to get back on with that and try and do better at actually vlogging. It's Saturday morning. I don't know where I am or what I'm doing. Let me sit down. The outline so far is 3,500 words, and I've just started episode 5. It's just going to be working on the outline really, which is all I've been doing all week, is just steadily working through the outline. Work has been frustrating this week. It's just, I've finally got to the point where I'm kind of changing roles. It's had some teething issues. We'll just put it that way. We've had some teething issues. Hopefully they're going to get sorted out. So it's been a bit of a a stressful week. I'm just glad it's the weekend. So we're going to get started on the outline, I think. It's now Tuesday. It's Tuesday, 12th of November. This morning I am working on Sherlock Holmes retelling again, which does have a title, and I'm trying to decide, well, I think it has a title. I'm not 100% sure the title is staying. So at some point when I decide about whether the title is staying or not, I'll tell you the title. I am on episode 10. I've only got 3 more after this one to do. It's probably going to need me to go back over it and just make sure it all makes sense. But other than that, what I've decided to do, this may be a little bit out there, but I decided that I would really like if I could draft the entire story by the end of December. As I said, it's currently the 12th of November and I'm still working on the outline. So I've got 7 weeks left in the year, including Christmas week. I am hoping that I can get it done. I sat down and sort of looked at it, or tried to look at it realistically, but best case scenario. And best case scenario, I can get it done. But I've got to drop everything else. So I've made the decision to just sort of put a pin in a few other things that I was supposed to be doing this quarter, just to try and push to get this finished. Whether I'll manage that, as I said, I don't know whether I can actually do it, because it is going to be about 130,000 words. I have written that much in that space of time before, but not with a full-time job, so we'll see. But that's kind of currently the plan. I mean, if it pushes a little bit into January, it pushes a little bit into January. I'm not going to stress myself out over it, but I would really like to be able to get it finished. And then I can start January with revisions for Firewitch and sort of have all of this content ready to post every week on my Substack. And then in theory, it will be a yearly thing, because this project is going to stretch multiple years because there's just so much material to work with. So my plan is to sort of take the end of each year, the last quarter of each year, and get the next year's worth of stories written. Again, whether this works out, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go get back to writing now and update you when there's something to say. Okay, so I just thought I would show you my progress so far for the first 2 weeks of the Rough Draft Challenge. I am aiming for 50,000 words. 50,000 words was a good idea right up until the beginning of this week, and then it all kind of went wrong, but I'm hoping to be able to catch up throughout the rest of the month. And this is just editing me jumping in very quickly because I realised I didn't explain it in the vlog. I changed my goal from 25,000 words to 50,000 words somewhere during the end of the first week of the Rough Draft Challenge, because I felt like 25,000 words wasn't a challenge. Basically, I was way ahead of it, and it felt like this is just, I don't know what the point of doing this is if it doesn't feel like a challenge. So I changed it to 50,000 words. So my goal is now 50,000 words. It's Sunday, the 17th of November. I had wanted to be done with the outline for my Sherlock Holmes retelling this by today, emails, but I'm not. I'm currently right at the end, so I've hit the episode 12 and 13 outline. I've had to spend some time trying to bring together the sort of main storyline that's running throughout them all, and I got stuck as usual. Took a bit of thinking about what that main storyline is, and I've kind of changed it a little bit. So I think what I'm going to have to do is finish the outline as if that storyline had been happening all the way through, and then I'm going to have to just go back and change the beginning slightly so that it's the motivations behind the main antagonist that have kind of changed, and what his plan is, what's kind of happening, but from the antagonist's point of view. So I just need to go back and change some things so that it makes sense. And I don't know, I think something happened this week that sort of threw my expectations. Basically, I've got a decision to make about what I want to do going forwards as far as my day job goes. And I don't know, and I can't make a decision. And so that is kind of playing on my mind, at the back of my mind, and has been most of the week. I don't know what it is at the minute. My mood is just not great. My motivation is not great. And I don't entirely know why. It's just not. I'm looking at the list of things I have to do today in my little Hobonichi, and I'm thinking I have no motivation to do any of it. There's that energetic spark missing is the only way I can describe it, really. I'm going to end the vlog here. I'll get it edited, get it uploaded, hopefully posted today, and then we'll start again later on today. If you did like this vlog, give it a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, and I will see you next time with another video.